Hello students, welcome back to Science Online Classes. I am Jafar Basha, your science teacher. Dear students, in the previous classes we studied about asexual reproduction, in which so many different type of reproduction we saw, such as fission, multiple fission, binary fission, regeneration, and then budding. See, like this, so many we studied. The next main type of reproduction, which is called as sexual reproduction. What is the sexual reproduction? The sexual reproduction means the formation of new individuals by the involvement of two gametes, that is a male and female. It means both the gametes, both the parents are very important in the sexual reproduction. So without that one, so another one is cannot produce any new individuals. For example, the only hen cannot give birth to a chick. I'll take an example of bull. Only the bull also cannot produce a new calf. So like this, the reproduction in which the involvement of two parents will take place to give birth to a new individual, that is called as sexual reproduction. Let us have a definition. So what is sexual reproduction? The sexual reproduction means the reproduction in which the involvement of two parents results to give rise to a new individuals. So this is called as sexual reproduction. So in the sexual reproduction, as I told you, two parents are necessary. The two parents, they are producing their gametes, which is called as the male gamete and female gamete. Female and male. So these are most important. The male gamete, it is a motile. Motile means it can move. So the male gametes will move towards the female gamete. So that's why it is a motile. So the male gamete is also called as male germ cell. So like that one, the female gamete is also called as female germ cell. So this female germ cell contains stored food materials. Stored food materials. You can ask that one, why the stored food is necessary? So during the reproduction, the process of reproduction needs a lot amount of energy. So this energy is getting by the female gamete by storing the food. Hence the female germ cell or female gamete consists of stored food, and the male gamete or the male germ cell, they are motile, which moves from the male to the female germ cell. Understood? So the question will arise, why the sexual reproduction is important? Why it is necessary? We can have that one asexual reproduction also. Yesterday, we studied about all these things. So why we are talking about sexual reproduction? Why it is important? The sexual reproduction is very important because during the reproduction, as you know, the copying of DNA will take place. So this DNA copying during the sexual reproduction will take some errors. It means the copying of DNA will not absolutely accurate. So because of that one errors, these errors will give rise to variations. So these variations will take place in organisms. And these organisms will not be more helpful by these variations, but main important, these variation helps to the organisms for the survival in the ecosystem. Because as we know that one, different organisms are living in a differently in the ecosystem. So these variations will help to the organisms to survive in the ecosystem. Understood? So the important is the DNA copying is not accurate in the sexual reproduction, which give rise to variations. Understood everyone? So after that one, let me discuss how the sexual reproduction takes place in plants. come to that one, how the reproduction takes place in plants. We will take the example of hibiscus plant. So we are taking that an example of hibiscus plant. Let me have the structure of the hibiscus. Okay, come to that one, the example of a plant hibiscus. The hibiscus, in the general flowers, there are two types of flowers are there. One is unisexual, another one is bisexual. The unisexual flower means either the male or female will present into the flower. Means any one type of male reproductive parts are present. Male parts are present, or otherwise female parts are present. It is called as unisexual. Bisexual means the flowers in which both the reproductive parts, male and female, both are present in a single flower, means it is called as bisexual flowers. Understood? So in this one we are taking the example of bisexual flower in which both the male and female is present. Let me have the parts of the flower. Having that one, the first, the lower part which is attached to the plant, it is called as the stalk. Understood? So in these flowers there are green color leaves are present. They are called as sepals. Above the sepals are present in a whorl. Understood? So the second whorl, the colored leaves are present. That colored leaf of a flower is called as petals. Understood? After this one, there are two reproductive parts of there. One is male parts, another one is female parts. So the male parts which contains anther and filament. You can see that one, there is a blue color lines is there. So that contains that single long filament is there. Above the filament there is a ball-like structure is present, which is called as anther. So this anther and filament both are written separately here, which is a male reproductive part. It is also called as stamen. Understood? It is also called as androecium. So like that one, the female reproductive part is there, which contains the tip of that one. It is called as a stigma. It is called as a style, and the lower side of the female reproductive part, there is a bulb-like structure is present. That is called as ovary. Inside the ovary, the female reproductive gametes are present. So this stigma, style, and ovary together is called as a carpel. I written separately also, so to easily understand. So this carpel is also called as gynecium. Understood? So these are all about the structure of the hibiscus flower, which is called as bisexual flower. So now we have to be sure that one, how the reproduction takes place. The reproduction in plants takes place in two stages. One is pollination and fertilization. So there are two stages of sexual reproduction in plants. One is pollination, another one is fertilization. What is pollination? The pollination means the male reproductive part, which is called as anther. Inside the anther there is a male reproductive germ cells are producing. That male germ cells which are producing inside the anther, they are called as ovule. So the ovule is nothing but a male reproductive gametes, which are present, which are consist the pollen grains. The pollen grains are present inside the anther, so they are called as male reproductive gametes, and inside the ovary they are producing that female reproductive gametes, which is called as ovule, and also called as egg, female egg. So these are female reproductive gametes. So the pollination is a process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a same flower or any other type of flower. It is called as pollination. Remember, the transfer of pollen grains from the male reproductive part called as anther to the stigma of a female flower. So it is called as pollination. This pollination involves two methods are there. One is self-pollination, another one is cross-pollination. Understood? So we will study about this in that video, how the pollination and how the fertilization will take place. Pollination. The transfer of a male gamete from the stamen of a flower to the stigma of a same or other flower is called pollination. The pollination, see here, the stamens consist of pollen grains reaches to the stigma of a same flower, which is called as self-pollination. Cross-pollination means the two different flowers will take place into this pollination of a same plant or other plant. The agents which helps for the pollination are wind, the insects and water. So these agents helps the pollination to transfer the pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the same flower or other flower. It is called as pollination. If the same flower of a plant will takes place, so it is called as self-pollination. If the two different flowers of a same plant or other plants will takes place, means cross-pollination. Then pollen grains. When it reaches to the stigma, the pollen tube will produce, which travels from the style and reaches to the ovary. So after reaches to the ovary, these ovules will travel and fuses with the female gamete or ovule inside the ovary to form a zygote. This zygote will develop and turn into a small embryo. This process of fusion of male and female gamete is called as fertilization. This embryo will develop with the help of zygote. After this, the embryo will covered by a hard covering which is called as a seed coat. So after that one, it turns into a seed inside the embryo. So after fertilization, the petals, sepals will all wither off and the embryo will turn into a fruit and the embryo will turn into a seed and the ovary will turn into a fruit. So this is all about that. The sexual reproduction takes place in the plants. We are by taking that one hibiscus plant. Okay, so hope you understood. We will continue the lesson about that sexual reproduction in animals, particularly in human beings, in our next videos. Thank you and bye.